Namaskar, I am Dr. Charu Sharma Dubey, skin specialist at Clinic Skin Solutions, New Delhi. I hope you all are staying safe, staying healthy, and keeping your morale high. Today I'll be discussing about a skin condition called hand dermatitis, also known as housewife's eczema, because in these times of corona we are seeing a spurt in the cases of hand dermatitis. Now the reasons behind the spurt that we attribute are: number one, the main precaution and safety measure that is to be taken in corona pandemic is frequent hand washing with soap and water. So frequent hand washing with soap and water actually causes dryness of hands. It parches your skin of the water content of the essential oils, and also it changes the normal pH of your skin. So it not only makes your skin dry, but it also affects the barrier function of the skin and makes your skin prone to infections. The other reason is that frequent use of hand sanitizers, which again are mainly alcohol based and can cause again dryness of skin. And last but not the least, in this time of lockdown, most of us do not have the support, help and staff at our homes, and we have to do most of the household chores, and some people all the household chores, which includes cooking, doing the dishes, washing and laundry, and particularly the surface disinfection, where we are using the various sorts of disinfectants like sodium hypochlorite or maybe a simple Lysol solution to surface clean to clean the surfaces. So all this leads to a skin called hand dermatitis, which is basically inflammation of the skin of the hands, and it can vary from mild cases where we see only mild dryness, little bit of redness and often on itching, and to severe cases, particularly in patients who have existing skin conditions like dryness of skin, atopic dermatitis, or any existing eczema of the hand, or an autoimmune disease like psoriasis. So there we can see there we find more severe cases where you can have deep fissuring of the hands, particularly the fingertips. You can have deep fissuring and weeping lesions on the skin of the palms and the backside of the hands. The weeping lesions could exude normal fluid to pus-filled fluid, and you become prone to secondary infections like the bacterial and fungal infections. The fungal infections are commonly seen in between the digits, in between the fingers, and it's called intertrigo, and secondary bacterial again are common. And of particular importance here, I would say, is the infection of the nail fold, where you actually get inflammation, that is swelling, redness, itching or pain along the nail, and eventually it can lead to infection of the nail itself, both bacterial and fungal. So I will be providing or enumerating a few quick pointers that you can incorporate in your day-to-day routine to prevent hand eczema, and also it should be a normal practice so that you can protect your hands and keep them healthy. Now firstly, coming to the part of hand washing. Now when you wash your hands, try to use lukewarm water. The water shouldn't be too hot or too cold, because both too hot and too cold water basically cause damage to the skin and can actually aggravate existing inflammation. And as coming to the soaps, you should be using mild, SLS free, detergent free soaps. Try to use moisturizing soap bars, and if possible use a liquid hand wash. The soap should be fragrance free, SLS free as already mentioned, and could have moisturizing components like glycerine or some sort of coconut oil infused, or any other moisturizing agents. If nothing is available, then a normal baby soap would also do. Now coming to the drying, how do you dry your hands? You dry your hands by dab drying it, by pat or dab drying it with a napkin or a towel. You don't have to vigorously rub dry it, because vigorously rubbing it causes frictional injury to the hand. And when the hand is still wet, use a good hydrating thick hand cream. a thick hand cream is of much more value than using liquid based lotions or gel based preparations to as a moisturizer. Reason being that the thick cream would hold moisture in your hands and also forms a protective layer on your skin. So the components that you look for when you are choosing a hand cream would be number one, it should be paraben free. Best is it should be fragrance free, and it should have components like glycerine. It could have shea butter, cocoa butter, wheat germ oil, and also mango butter. And then if nothing is available, because these days it's difficult to get certain products, then even few drops of coconut oil, which we all have in our homes, after every time you wash your hands, few drops of coconut oil or any other oil like olive oil, or maybe a few drops of cooking oil if nothing is available, and a few drops of ghee would also suffice. Some people can also use, if nothing is available, you can use the malai from the doodh as well. Obviously you keep it for some time and then wash it off with normal water. It still holds good value. Now coming on to when you're doing your laundry dishes, try to use mild detergents, try to use liquid based products rather than using the bars, the detergent bars. And if your skin is sensitive, and most of us should be using latex free gloves while you're doing the dishes. Now latex free gloves is important because sometimes there is sensitization to latex. A lot of people end up having allergy to latex. Now if latex free gloves are not available, then what you can do, you can wear a layer of cotton gloves, and then on top of that wear your normal latex gloves if they are there. And once you're done with your dishes and your laundry or you're cleaning up, then you can remove them, put them to dry, and just wash your hands with water, and again hydrate it with a good moisturizing cream. Now coming to the kitchen, how do you take care in the kitchen? The most common cause that we are seeing in Indian scenario is the exposure to chopping of vegetables. Now the chopping of vegetables exposes you to a lot of juices from the vegetables, and they not only are the trigger factors sometimes, but also the aggravating factors in hand dermatitis. So the idea is that you minimize your contact while chopping vegetables. So best is to use a chopping board. Best is to use a chopping board and hold the vegetables not with your full hand, but with any two fingers to stabilize, and then chop it with the knife. The greens, I always tell my patients that the greens should not be chopped because it's difficult to chop them. You always use a cutting scissors which is dedicated for the greens. जैसे आपका साग हो गया, हरी सब्जियां हो गई, आपका ये प्याज हो गया, पत्ते वाला प्याज हो गया, लहसुन हो गया जो पत्ते वाला लहसुन है. तो इन सब चीज़ों को आप जो आपके लिए एक डेडिकेटेड आपने कैंची रखी हुई है, the scissors for the chopping vegetables, that should be used. Now coming mainly these are the things that you can easily do, but this is for prevention, and maybe if you're suffering from mild case of hand dermatitis. In case you have a severe case of hand dermatitis where there's deep fissuring, deep cuts in the hand, there are weeping lesions, you are experiencing pain, burning sensation, then I would advise you that you seek a medical consult, a consult from any dermatologist, any good skin specialist near your location. I hope this video helps you in your better living, in your better health, and till I meet you again, I would say have a good day and stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.